Hey guys, Chris here. Welcome back to Drubbit TV and another episode of Leeds Talk. I can't believe what I'm seeing with my eyes. We have just signed a load of new players again. Actually, it's 8 players in total now that we've signed this season. 6 new faces, and I'm just unbelievably shocked about the amount of money we're spending. I mean, it looks like that Ross McCormack money's finally going to get some use. I just realised, this is actually just a super dry top. Nothing bad there. So since the last episode, we've signed Ekuban, Saiz and Ergjan Alioski. Plenty of foreign names, quite hard to pronounce, but they all look really exciting. And I think one of the most important signings, I think personally, and I think a lot of people think this, is this guy here, obviously Alioski. He looks unbelievable, and if you just saw the clips that I just showed about all the goals that they put up on the Leeds fan pages, his goals look amazing. It's hard to believe this season actually that we're just signing so many players. I'm wondering if it's the little bling gold kits that we've got that are attracting all the players. I mean, it must be something that's bringing the players in. If you look at transfermarket.co.uk, you can actually find out how much we've spent. If you actually add up all the transfer fees, it looks like in total we've spent 10,261,000 on transfer fees. That's not even including Alioski yet, who we're actually not sure because it's an undisclosed fee. We're still figuring that, well, transfermarket.com is still figuring that out. But also, that doesn't include all the agent fees and what other bungs they're doing. So, according to transfermarket.co.uk, Saiz, we spent 2.98 million on his transfer fee. Now, if you look at his market value on his profile, it's actually 850,000. So it looks like Leeds have been absolutely mugged off. Obviously, but then if you look at his goals and stuff on these video clips, it does look like he's a pretty solid player, and obviously he is very exciting. But on the flip side, Ekuban, we've paid 476,000 on transfer fees for him, but his market value at the moment is 638. So either, you know, Ekuban moving to Leeds has just inflated his market value, but on the flip side, Saiz has come to Leeds and it's just deflated his market value massively. What does that say? But I would say though, I mean, looking at where they're coming from, Saiz is coming from the second tier of La Liga. Right, so it's quite funny because if you look at the Leeds sort of fan pages, they do say that, you know, Saiz from Atletico. He come from Atletico. He trained there. He was brought up there in the past, and they always mention that because obviously Atletico is a brand name. But Saiz obviously went through the ranks at Atletico, but he didn't perform or whatever, and then he was sold on to Huesca, which is in the La Liga 2 second division. So it'd be interesting to see how he cuts it in the championship, because as we all know, the second tiers of other countries sometimes aren't quite as strong, obviously, as the championship. So I do believe that the championship will be a big step up for Saiz. Obviously, Thomas Christensen and so forth see a lot of potential in him. Looking at the video clips of him, he does seem to be a very good player, and he has had a lot of experience with crowds as well. And that's another thing that I noticed with the other players that we've signed, obviously Alioski and Ekuban. Doesn't look like they've scored some fantastic goals. I mean, look at this one right now, absolutely amazing. But who's watching him? Well, he doesn't look like there's many people watching him at the moment. He seems to be able to perform in front of no one, but it'll be interesting to see how these two perform in front of a fully packed Elland Road. Ekuban signed from Chievo Verona from Serie A, Italy. He's of Ghanaian descent, and he was born in Italy and raised there. And his English is very good. I've listened to him speak. Really impressed with his goals, although he didn't really score many in front of a big crowd on the clips that they showed. So it'd be interesting to see again how he performs at Elland Road. And obviously, finally, the most recent signings, obviously this guy Ergjan Alioski. As I said, I think he looks like a beast actually. Like, some of these goals are absolutely incredible. I mean, look at this one; it's just amazing. But with him, again, looking at the goals, he doesn't look like he's scored in front of a big crowd. All of these goals look like there was no one in the crowd, so I don't know where these goals come from, but they were still crackers. And if he can score any goals like that, then he's going to go down as a legend. I've got to admit, I think that this guy has the potential. He just looks like a player, doesn't he? He just looks like he's got that swagger about him. He just looks like someone that can come in and cause problems for defences. And look at him, he looks like he's made for that Leeds kit. he obviously is someone that really cares about his appearance. I think that's why he chose Leeds, because obviously the gold kit that he's wearing really suits him. It's a bit bling bling. He looks like he's a little bit bling bling as well. He's got blonde hair that's obviously not really supposed to be blonde. He's got like his ear pierced. He definitely is someone that looks like a bit of a pretty boy, but a bit of a beast as well. Or definitely a player. And some of these goals that he's just scores look incredible. And I think that he's going to be a great player for Leeds. He signed a 4-year contract, so that just shows the determination that he's got to sort of make it with Leeds, and also the commitment from the club as well. It looks like a really positive signing coming in. I don't know how much he cost, because it hasn't been disclosed yet, but I've got a feeling he's the most expensive out of the lot, and because it's been dragged on for so long, I think that he probably does cost in excess of 3 million. So that would have brought our total spend up to well over £13 million, and that's not including sort of agent fees and that I know. I mean, we can never know for sure how much it costs. You know, I think Victor and Thomas are really smashing it. They're getting a lot of players in. But one thing I would recommend they do is sort out a defensive player, because we've only got Vernon Anita at the moment. Obviously, he's a bit of a right back and sort of defensive midfielder type player. And obviously, he could sort of fill in. But we still need a replacement for Carl Bartley. I'm sure you would agree with that. We haven't got anyone that come in to really fill in the centre-back. I'm a bit concerned about that aspect of the squad. We're almost signing a whole nother starting 11. It's pretty, apart from like a full defence, there's a lot of new players coming in. And a lot of websites, I've noticed, a lot of blogs have been saying that Leeds have got the strongest midfield in the Championship. And it'd be interesting to see how Thomas Christensen fits all of these players together, because there's a lot of players in the midfield that can play now. So it'd be a bit disappointing, because I think some of these really good players will actually have to sit on the bench throughout the season. But let's just see how it all works out. Chris Wood definitely has his work out for him. He has a lot of players that can step into his shoes, I believe, because looking at the players we've signed in the last week, they've all seemed to be able to score a lot of goals. So it'll be a bit of pressure on Woody, and obviously last season he didn't have a lot of pressure, but he still performed. So I'm not really sure he needs the pressure, but it will create a bit of competition up front. We need a bit of competition at the back, and at the moment I think that's where we're lacking. And I do think they're still active in the transfer market apparently, so hopefully another defender, or at least one defender, can come in, because I think we don't really have enough at the moment at the back to see us out through the whole season. But we should be alright, at least until, you know, Christmas time, and then maybe, you know, more defenders will come onto the market then. It just shows how much progress we've made in the last year, because I can't remember a season in the last 14 years where we've actually spent sort of any sort of money, really. I mean, there's been a bit in the last couple of seasons when Massimo come in, but since, you know, this season is just amazing compared. Obviously, these players are a bit unknown to the English league, a lot of these new players that we've signed, so it will maybe take them some time to get used to the Championship. So I wouldn't say that we're going to absolutely smash the Championship, especially in the first half of the season. It may take them some time to build up to it, but I do really think that we're going to finish in the playoffs. We were definitely better last season. It just seems that, how can we not? Look at all this talent we brought in. It is pretty good. We got a lot of depth in the squad now, and I think that's what we've been lacking over the last sort of few years. Depth and options, and now it looks like we've really got that. And of course, we just had a couple of friendlies. We beat North Ferriby United 2-0. I didn't even know who they were. They don't sound very frightening though, but we did beat them 2-0. So happy days there. And we smashed Gilsley AFC 5-1 as well. So unbelievable, and Kemar Roof got on the score sheet against North Ferriby United. And I've got to admit, I think Roofy, for me, I'm a big fan of him. He's someone that come from obviously a lower league, and last season he really started to get into his game, I thought, and he put away a couple of important goals. I think this season he's going to really come into his own in the Championship. I got to admit, I believe that Roof will be a key player this season. So that's it for today, and I'd just like to let you know I'm planning to head up to Elland Road next month on the 12th of the 8th for the Preston game, and I'm coming up with my old man and my uncle. And my old man and me are obviously Leeds fans, and my uncle was actually a Preston fan, so it'll be quite interesting to bring him in. Trying to see if we can bring him into the old Peacock. I'll be in there with my old man for a beer. It'd be good to see any of you guys if you want to come for a beer or something before the game, have a chit chat. Also try and bring my uncle in there as well, and I don't think he'll be able to go in, but if not, we can leave him outside or something like that. Last season we smashed Preston twice, home and away, and it was a great laugh to rub that into him. So I think, you know, I'll be rubbing it in again this season. So hopefully I'll see you there. I'll give you more updates about that as new episodes come out between now and then. We all know only the true fans stick around to the end of the video, so thank you if you're watching this. As you can see, I've done a little freshen up of the channel. I've removed the black and reds because obviously red we all hate, don't we? And now just using the Leeds colours, obviously blue, yellow and white. And I will be updating the end screens of the new colours between now and the next episode, I believe. So, and also going to get a slightly different intro and outro music as well. So it should be good. Like, it'll be good to see the evolution of the channel. I hope you all stick with me, and it's been a really cool couple of months. Like the feedback has been great, like from you guys, like the views, the comments and all of that. It's been really good. Thank you very much. It does encourage me to continue as well. So the more interaction I get on these videos, it's better. So let's have a discussion. Let's talk about the new signings. Let's talk about the future, and let's all march on together. See you in the next one. Cheers. At least until the world stops going round.